There are a pack of what I call idiots, really, who are going to advocate, in fact, they're already advocating this, that what we need is more gun control. It never ceases to amaze me. I mean, we are a country, a nation that will not accept responsibility for our actions. When something happens, we always blame it on something else. And the most idiotic, stupid thing I've ever heard is to blame crime and criminals and what they do, what a madman does, to blame it on the guns. It's not the gun's fault. It's the loose nut on the end of the shaft. I mean, that's the problem. Crazy people will always have guns, don't you know? Listen, in a world full of crazy people, you have got to have the right to protect yourself. You better have a gun. You better have a gun, because things are not going to get better. You know that, don't you? I mean, things are not, until Christ returns, you're going to see more school shootings. You're going to see more people being killed in the most oddest places, movie theaters and schools and restaurants and who knows what's next. But you're going to see more of that, not less, okay? All right. Now, if they took the guns away, you don't want to know the macabre way that crazy people can kill other people. You really don't know that. I mean, I built a potato gun one time out of PVC. I got it from Lowe's and put it together, and it runs off hairspray and potatoes. And I tell you, I'd rather get hit with a bullet than I would a potato gun. I mean, that thing is awesome. I mean, it could do some real damage. It's not just it could blow a hole through you that big as a potato. I don't know. It's unreal. But, if you take away the guns, you got to, then take away the knives, take away the sticks, take away the rocks, take away what? I mean, what are we willing, how much freedom are we willing to give up? Well, we're willing to give up a lot, I believe. Now, I want to tell you a little story that you may not know about. On May 1st, 1982, a new ordinance was passed by the City Council of Kennesaw, Georgia. The law made it mandatory for each head of household to own and maintain and know how to use a gun. Now, listen, this was mandatory. This is back in 1982. The law was passed, Kennesaw, Georgia. Look it up for yourself on the internet. Study it for yourself. Don't take my word for it. Look it up. Ordinance was passed in 1982 and made it mandatory. Now, again, if it was mandatory that you own and know how to maintain and use a gun, it was none of this, I can't touch a gun. Oh, they're dangerous. Oh, people get killed. Guns jump up and kill people, by themselves. It was none of that. It was mandatory that you own and maintain a gun in Kennesaw, Georgia. Now, this drew worldwide attention, as you might expect, with most of the attention being negative. Oh, yeah, the liberal media, they were saying, it's Gun Town, USA. It's going to resort back to old Western styles of people of disagreements and killing each other. Well, 25 years after the ordinance was passed, not a single resident of Kennesaw has been involved in a fatal shooting, as a victim, as an attacker, or as a defender. There has been one firearm-related murder, but not from a resident of Kennesaw. Get this. I mean, this is fascinating. Now, back then in 82, the population was 5,000 in 1982. Today, the population is 30,000 people live in this little town. The truth is, crime has plummeted, dropped like a rock, and population has soared. Now, get this. This is the exact opposite of what you normally have. When you have population soaring, usually crime soars with it, okay? Not so in Kennesaw, Georgia. Why? Because every head of household must own and maintain and have ammunition and know how to use a gun. Man, that is, I don't know what it is. It's like, yeah, that works. That works right there. That's living proof. You got the statistics right there. It says it works. Well, we're not going to listen to that. We're going to take the guns away. It's the gun's fault. Yeah. I mean, look at the highest crime rate are in the cities where they have all of these gun laws. Would you like to live in New York? Would you like to live in Washington, D.C., where you can't even carry a gun, it's against the law, whatever, they have up there. But it's a no-brainer. It's a no-brainer. It's such a no-brainer that the person writing this article said, now look, said if you were a criminal planning on breaking into someone's home and killing, stealing, or whatever, would you choose a town where it was mandatory that everyone have a gun and know how to use it, or would you choose a town where they don't have a right to a gun? They got all these gun laws. Well, it's a no-brainer. If you were a criminal and going to do harm, you would definitely not choose a town where everyone knows how to use a gun and has a gun. Okay, no way. You would choose the one who has all the gun laws, and no one has a gun. Now, here's the solution as far as school shootings. It's very simple. Have every teacher trained and armed. Have every teacher in a school system trained and armed with a gun, ready to kill a nut that comes in there. It's so simple. It's so simple. But simplicity is not one of our great talents as a nation, I believe. I think we like to complicate things way too much.
Is that really in the Bible? What you think is in the Bible is not.